roles of the management accountant will be to foresee. Yeah, the management accountant should be able to look at this is RCM College. RCM College in the next 5 years, how much will we be paying as lecturing cost given inflation? So we must be able, for example, to do what we call cost estimations. Under cost estimations, your examiner needs you to be very good in 4 key areas, 4 key methods. Your examiner from your syllabus, you are required here to know how to estimate using regression analysis. Regression analysis, yeah, very highly examinable. Number 2, we have the famous high-low method. High-low method. Number 3, we have in this case here what we call account analysis. Account analysis method. Account analysis method. Number 4, we have industrial engineering method. Industrial engineering method. Industrial engineering method. And then number 5, we have the famous scatter diagram method. Scatter diagram method. Scatter diagram method. Scatter diagram method. Yeah, so by the end of this session, all of us shall be very good in analyzing each one of the following. Each one of the following. In our previous class, we had done regression and what here? High-low method. But in the interest of so many new students that I'm seeing today, I'll be forced to repeat somehow, isn't it? To give them some ideas over what these methods are. And I will start with, just as a recap, if you were there in my last class, please don't write this. But if you're a new student and a recap, tell us their regression analysis you underline. We start looking at each one of them at a time. So regression analysis, that it is a statistical, it is a statistical method that is used to develop equations of the form that is used to develop equations of the form y equals a plus bx, that is used to develop equations of the form y equals a plus bx. For those of you who went to high school just the other day, because when I look around, it's like you guys finished your high school last year. I mean, you look young, isn't it? So you must be remembering some formula that we used to call general function. We used to write it as y equals mx plus what? Yeah, I told you, you finished last year, right? Yeah. So y equals mx plus what? Yeah, plus. If you remember very well, this c used to be the y-intercept, yeah, and m used to be the gray. You don't have to remember this. But most importantly, at college level, this is how we shall be writing our linear function. We call this one linear function. We call it a linear what here? We call it a linear function. We call it a linear function. We call it a linear function. Now, my good students, please listen and listen to me very well. If it's a straight line function, then A is what we call the y-intercept. A is what we call the y-intercept, and the B is the gradient. B is the gradient. B is the gradient. B is the gradient. And for us, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about knowing how do we calculate the intercept and how do we calculate the gradient. According to regression analysis, to be able to get the gradient, first of all, B, we normally take what here without looking at your notes. Could you kindly, in this case, here, try to tell me the formula for getting B? The online students, you can write that formula on the chat area. Online students, yeah, B equals what? No, don't look down. I want you to look at me straight on my face. Yeah, and then you give me the formula of getting B. Give me the formula of getting B. B equals, because you are the teacher last time, isn't it? The teacher has forgotten. B equals n summations of xy. Great, minus summation of all over x squared, right? Minus, like that, isn't it? Yeah, so in this case here, anytime you want to get the regressional gradient, this is how we shall be able to get this gradient. Yeah, that's how we get, in this case here, the value of B. And before I give you the formula of getting the value of A, I would want us to calculate B for this information. You are given 3 data. Yeah, 1, 2, 8. Yeah, so we have here 4, 1, and maybe 9. Yeah, and then we are required here to calculate the gradient using regression analysis. So required, calculate gradient, which is B, using regression analysis. Using regression analysis. Calculate gradient using regression analysis. Calculate gradient using regression analysis. So basically, they want you to recall the formula of getting B. You must recall the formula of getting B. Yeah. And unlike ACCA, if it's ACCA, they would have given you the formula. CPA, ATD, you must cram. CPA and ATD, you must cram. Let me ask you a question. From the data set given here, what is our N? N. Number of points. N is number of points, and there are how many? 3. Because you see, a point is XY coordinate, point 1, point 2, point 3. So N is 3. Now, for me to be able to get this B, I will need some 2 extra columns. Which columns are these? We have XY, and then we have what here, somebody? So basically, we need a column for getting this and a column for getting this. So you need a column for getting XY and a column for getting X squared. So abracadabra, please go ahead and multiply for me. We create these columns here. So 1 times 4 gives me XY. So this gives me 4. 2 times 1, this gives me 2. 8 times 9. 8 times 9 gives me what figure, somebody? 72. Thank you very much. 72. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tina. Yeah, and now I can see the number is going up. I want to believe you guys are doing a wonderful job. And then, of course, by telling your colleagues. Yeah, then could you kindly help me get X squared? So where we have the values of X squared them. So like now, 1 squared is 2, 1 squared is 1 times 1, isn't it? So 1 squared is 1. 2 squared gives us 4. 8 squared gives us 64. Thank you very much. Now remember, at the end of the day, we want the sums. We want the sigmas. At the end of the day, we want the sigmas. So please, I would want you to start here by giving me the summation of X. So summation of X, 11, right? 11, yes. So summation of X is 11. This is summation. Summation. How about summation of Y? Is there somebody who could be knowing the summation of Y? 14. Thank you so much. 14. How about summation of XY? 78. 78. How about summation of X squared? You add all this. 69. So then you wonderful students, having gotten this, all these 4 sigmas, go and plug them in to be able to get us the value of boy. Now you have everything. You have everything. So I will give you 1 minute. You try substituting. I will give you 1 minute. You try substituting. I will give you 1 minute. You try substituting. And then you will be able to advise. Yeah, I can see the online ninjas are punching hard there. They're giving me answers. Like there is one who has given me, they were giving me the 69 and 17. That's okay. That's okay. So now we are plugging in to be able to get what we call the value of B. The value of B. All right. So then at the end of the day, what shall we be able to get? At the end of the day, what shall we be able to get, my good students? Let's plug in these figures together. Please look at what I'm doing to be able to get B. So B will be N is 3 times summation of XY. Summation of XY is the 78. Minus, in this case here, summation of X, 11, times summation of Y, 14. All over. Then we have here N. N, which is what here? 3. Times sigma X squared. X alone, X squared sigma is 69. Minus, ladies and gentlemen, you can see here they want me to take summation of X. So summation of X, what do we have as summation of X? It's here. It is 11 squared. So here you have to go slowly. First of all, give me the numerator value. Numerator. 80. Is it 80 or 80? 80. All over 86. Not even a single student of mine who is online has been able to see those figures. Nobody has been able to see those figures. The online ninjas, are you able to confirm that those figures are correct? Let me get them from the online ninjas. I don't, Odengo John Bosco says yes. Yes, patron. Matilda, thank you so much. So then B will be the quotient of this 80 and 86. So therefore, B will be equal to who? 0.93. Thank you so much. That's B. 0.93. That's B. After we get B, regression will tell you automatically, hey, now I need you to calculate A. Is there somebody who could be remembering the formula of getting A? A equals who? A equals minus summation of all over. Thank you so much for reading your notes. Thank you so much. Or was everything here? Or you read your notes? You read your notes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we have everything which will be able to help us, in this case here, get this value of A. Get this value of A. So then what do we have here? So summation of Y. Summation of Y is here, 14. Summation of Y is 14 minus boy. Already we have the boy. The boy is 0.93 multiplied by summation of X. Summation of X, which is 11, and then everything to be divided by N, which is what here? Which is 3. Karibu sana. Yeah, fortunately with you, we are done regression. So when you have come a bit late, you've got nothing you've lost. You are very well on track. All right. So here you have to be very, very careful. Your body mass haina heshima. Body mass ni mbaya. Haijui ya tumefanya masters. Haitambui. Lazima uende pole pole. Body mass inasema numerator, calculate that aside. So first of all, get your calculator. Get your calculator. Say 14 minus 0.93 times 11. And then you say equals. Whatever answer you get, you say now divide by 3. What figure are we getting, ladies and gentlemen? 1.26, like that. Yeah. So do we stop there having gotten the values of A and B? No. We must write for the examiner the cost estimation equation. We know that our equation should be Y equals A plus what here, somebody? A plus BX. Once you have been able to get A and B, then come and substitute. So our Y will be equal to A which is 1.26 plus boy. Boy, we got the boy. We got boy of 0.93 what here? X, like that. So please, I was doing this as a recap, courtesy of the new students. Now we did a past paper question, 1 or 2 of regression. Yeah, we did a past paper question, isn't it? Yeah, so I would expect you guys later on, you watch that video covering that past paper question. Don't let me down on that. Otherwise, allow me to simply go and look at the second method as a recap. The second method is what we call the accounts analysis method. Accounts analysis method. Accounts analysis method. Had we done this in class? Accounts analysis. Not yet, eh? Accounts analysis method. accounts analysis method. I can see a ninja saying they want notes. Yeah, I'll be able to share notes with you. In my class, you don't write notes, eh? Actually, even the day students, or rather the physical students, I'll be able to give you all the notes you photocopy, and then you'll be walking around with them, eh? Because if we start writing notes here, it will really be very, very hectic, eh? And we need to clear these syllabus in 2 months. Great subject, the best subject in CPA. So then I would want to ask to look at, have you gotten this handout? Yeah. So if you look at this handout, chapter 3, there is a place they're talking about account analysis method. You don't even have to look at it. Just look at me. Look at my head. Look at my head. And then you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about. You can read that later. So under account analysis method, we shall classify each cost item as either fixed, variable, or what here somebody mixed. So that is it. Actually, in this case here, under accounts analysis method, we break down all costs into fixed, and the variable cost components, Just write like this. Yeah, we break down all costs into fixed and the variable cost components. Yeah, once you understand that, then you have understood the entire concept. So first of all, I will give you a simple illustration from my head here, and then we shall be able to look at a past paper question. I think I've wrapped this very fast, but what have we said about accounts or account analysis method? And the accounts analysis method, we shall break down all costs into their fixed and the variable cost what here components. Just that. Yeah. As somebody is saying I'm breaking. Okay. How about now? Is everything okay? How about now? Oh, it's fine, eh? I've gotten a response there. It's okay. Then we continue. Maybe George had a small issue of the internet, which I think now is resolved. So in this case here, consider the following cost data for producing 100 units. Yeah, for producing 100 units. So they have given us here costs. Yeah. So we start with material cost. So material cost, in this case here, they have given us in brackets here all variable. Shillings 10,000. All variable, shillings 10,000. Yeah, I can see this camera is blocking you guys. What you're trying to do, is to mount these cameras up so that in future you will be comfortable. So material cost, all variable, 10,000. Then we have labor cost. Yeah. In this case here, 50%. In this case here, variable. 50% variable. What do we have here? 20,000. And then we have overheads. All fixed. Yeah. In this case here, 25,000. All fixed. 25,000. Yeah. So we are required to develop, the accounts analysis equation, and they use it to estimate total cost of producing 200 units. Total cost of producing 200 units. Yeah, so please, the moment you finish writing, can you kindly put your thumbs up like this? Live. The moment you finish writing this, the online ninjas who that I can't see their thumbs, you can just write their Y for yes. There is a ninja there with her. Yeah, great. Finished writing? Yeah, yeah. So then, ladies and gentlemen, what we shall do, I can see many yeses here, is simply to analyze each account. Yeah, so we shall analyze each account and break each account into fixed and what here? Variable components. So in this case here, what I will do, like the first one, they have told me the total is 10,000 and all is what here? Variable. So in this case here, write their solution. 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 So we have here total, variable, then we have here fixed. Yeah. For material cost, they have told me the total is 10,000. And all of these 10,000 falls in which account? Variable. All of this is variable. So the entire 10,000 will be written under variable. Nothing fixed there. Nothing fixed there. Nothing fixed there. Yeah, I'm trying to use this board because of the size of my camera. Eh? My camera size is not that big. Thank you so much. So in your solution, because you have space, I would want to see how you are going to analyze this account called the labor cost, and then I give you some money. Yeah, so please write there labor cost and analyze it. Labor cost. What is the total labor cost? 20,000. And what percentage is fixed? And the variable 50, isn't it? 50-50. See what I'm going to do, my good students. So I'll come and write here, labor cost, the total is 20,000. And you have just told me that 50% is variable. So 50% of 20,000 gives me. So it means that the variable here will be 10,000 and the fixed will be what here? 10,000, isn't it? Yeah. How about overheads? 25,000 all variable, or fixed here, all fixed here. Great. So I'll come and write here. Yeah. Overheads, in this case here, total is 25,000 and all is fixed. There is nothing what here, somebody. There is nothing that is variable, isn't it? And we are done with the accounts analysis. Now from there, come and give us total variable cost and the total fixed cost. Come here, give us total variable cost and the total fixed cost. Yeah, so total variable will be 20,000. Yeah, how about total fixed? William alone, 35,000, isn't it? Yeah, thank you very much. So up to here, ladies and gentlemen, have we been able to follow very well? Yeah, how about the online students? Are we okay up to here? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, once you reach there, remember that account analysis method is used to develop equations of this form. Y equals A plus what here? Y equals A plus BX. Y equals A plus BX. Where A will stand for which kind of cost? A will be the fixed cost, isn't it? So I don't have a problem with A. A is the fixed cost. Yeah, A is the fixed cost. How about B? B is variable cost per unit. So come and give us this B. B is variable cost per unit. Per unit. That means that I will take this variable cost of 20,000 and this variable cost, ladies and gentlemen, in this case here was used to produce how many units? You see, I want variable cost for each unit. So I'll take this 20,000, I divide by what here? I divide this by 100, isn't it? I divide this by 100. So then this one means that the 2 will go, meaning that our B equals who? 200, isn't it? 200, yes. And therefore our equation. So therefore our equation. So remember, I hope you have written somewhere there that A is fixed cost, eh? And the fixed cost, we don't like presenting fixed cost on a per unit basis. Fixed cost are lump sum. So in that case here, our A fixed will be how much? 35,000, isn't it? Plus what here, somebody? 200 what here? 200x. So let me ask you a question. Have we finished doing the whole question? Have we finished doing the whole question? No. Because down there, they wanted us as management accountants to do what? To estimate. We give them a cost estimate. A cost estimate for producing how many units? 200. Yeah, 200 units. So then you come and ask yourself, then when X equals 200, when X equals 200, Y will be equal to what here? We have an equation. Yeah, Y will be equal to 35,000 plus 200 times X, which is what here, somebody? 200. So then these will end up giving us what figure as I answer? Some ninja here. Uh-huh. 75,000. 75,000. So there is a great ninja who is asking me a question I always regard. All questions are good. There is a ninja who is asking me, Mwalimu, why are you dividing this by 100? Why are we dividing this by 100? Is there somebody who can assist us here? Why are we dividing this by 100? $20,000 is the total cost for producing this 100, and yet from the equation, B is supposed to be variable cost for each unit. Yeah. So have I answered in this case here your question, my good friend, Paxton? Because you see from the question, B is supposed to be cost per unit. Cost per unit. Yeah. Thank you so much. Great. Thanks for the response. Great. But now you see, your examiner is very, very bright. Your examiner is very, very bright. Like last semester, this examiner was really very, very nice. Last semester, we had a what is X? Sorry for that. Remember, in these equations, when we talk of Y equals A plus BX, this Y is normally cost, and X is what here? Quantity or output. I hope I've answered your question as well, Joanne. So X is the quantity or the output. Great, cheers. And I hope everybody has been able to write this. Now I go to this question that was tested last semester. I don't know why students, when we were marking last semester's exam, many students were failing in this MA. Like last semester, the students who were able to get a pass mark in MA, they weren't more than 20%. Students really failed in management, accounting, and yet this is the easiest. Why fail in MA? You rather fail in audit and other, but not MA. Because MA is a logical paper. It's a paper, if you participate in a class very well, you should be able to love and understand. Yeah, so please allow me straight away to take you through this question that was tested in August 2025. I don't know whether my students in the physical class have gotten past papers. They are online. If possible, print them. But also the handout that has been sent to you has that paper. That handout which has been sent to you has that question on page number 7. If you go to page number 7, on that handout that has been sent to you, it has the question that came last semester. And with your permission, I'll go ahead and read it. With your permission, I will go ahead and read it. Is that okay? Yeah. So we are told here, even if you don't have the question, just put all your eyes here. Put all your eyes here. The following cost data was obtained from the records of Supershine Polish Factory. It's a great name, Supershine. For the month of July 2025, when 10,000 units here were produced. So we have the first one, which is the cost. So the cost, they have told us, actually can just do the question directly. They have told us here direct material. They have given us here the total. The total is 420,000. And then of course, cost behavior, there are times they will not tell you. So like now for direct material, They never told us like this is variable or whether it's a fixed. But if you have been in my class, when they mention the word direct, what comes to your mind? All direct costs are variable. It's direct relationship with quantity. Those costs that vary as quantity varies, automatically they are direct or they are variable. Yeah. So, and of course, in an exam, I mean, you would get a student who is very confused. They even don't know whether they should put this under variable or fixed. So what they do in an exam, they can even come and, nowadays we call them Gen Zs. They can even come there and draw emojis, eh? Yeah. One in this case here for a very sad person. Another one in this case here for what here. But it's called direct. Direct in this case here means what here, variable. The whole there should go to variable. The whole here should go to variable. Don't draw these things. These are jokes. All right. Oh, somebody is saying I failed too. Of course, I never taught you. If you failed, I don't teach a person and that person fails. If you failed, you can attest here. I never taught you. I always get 100% pass rates. Yeah. That's why you can see like in the online class, how many students do we have in the class? 300 and something, both classes. Yeah. So they know me. So if you failed, I never taught you. And if I taught you, then you aren't meant to be an accountant. We should look for another career for you. Maybe you become a sister or something. So direct material means what your variable, isn't it? For 20,000. So in this case here, what do we write there under fixed? Nothing, isn't it? Because that's direct. From there, ladies and gentlemen, we have in this case here. Yeah, so I can see again another one is saying, I also failed. Sorry for that. You weren't my student. Now you're my student. You'll pass. That one I can assure you. You'll pass 100%. 100% you'll pass. Let's just be very aggressive. You'll pass. So the next one, ladies and gentlemen, that we have there is direct labor. I know now what to do with direct labor. So direct labor, they have told me the total is 150,000. And because they have used the word direct, I know that the whole of it should go under and then dash there, isn't it? Yeah. And then we have depreciation. What have they told me about depreciation? The total is 80,000. The total is 80,000. And this 80,000, they have told me it's fixed period cost. It's fixed cost. Fixed cost. And you guys were lucky because if I was the examiner, depreciation, I cannot give you, I can't even guide you whether it's fixed or variable. Because we know that in management accounting, depreciation is normally done using straight line method. So with straight line method, we normally get depreciation, which remains constant every, not unless you're told otherwise, depreciation shall always be what your fee fixed. Most questions will never be told. Who will tell you that? And remember, CASNEB would want you to be in the system for much longer, isn't it? If you are the CEO CASNEB, will you allow everybody to pass? You cannot allow everybody to pass. All right. So in this case here, depreciation, I'm using that joke, but I believe you've been able to take that concept home very well. That depreciation shall always be what here, somebody? Shall always be. Are we together up to here, the online students? How about you guys? Are we together? Yeah. Thank you so much. Great. Great. CASNEB is like that. No, don't hate CASNEB. CASNEB is good. It's good. All right. So then we take on the next item. The next item is called telephone charges. Telephone charges. So we have their telephone, cost. The total figure is 6,000, and they have guided us very well. They're telling us everything is what here? Fixed. So nothing there, 6,000 there. Is that okay? Then we go to production overheads. So production overheads, what do we have there? Production overheads. So production overheads, they have given us a figure of what here? 40,000, isn't it? So then they are telling us that this production, production cost uses this equation. Y equals who? 8,000 plus what here, somebody? Plus 3.2x. Yeah. Let me now get an argument from you, my good students. Yeah. Remember, this information was used to produce how many units? 10,000 units, isn't it? Now, this is the production overhead cost equation. So from this equation, is there somebody who is able to pick the fixed cost? Fixed cost is 8,000, yes. So you come and pick this 8,000, put it here. So if 8,000 is fixed, then what will be the variable? Because you see it has to balance to 40. So 40 minus 32,000, isn't it? 32,000. The other option, students were able to pick very fast. I was very happy. They knew that this is the variable cost, isn't it? Yeah. Then they said 3.2 times. You told me this was used to develop 10,000 units. Yeah. What is 3.2 times 10,000? It will be 32,000, isn't it? Yeah. 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 So like, I mean, a student who really knew what was the total here, and they know 8,000 is fixed, they easily get that 2,000 as balancing figure. Thank you so much. I can see the online students are also very aggressive. They are very aggressive and they're able to get these things. Ladies and gentlemen, after that, we have supervisors who? Salary. So we have supervisors salary. So supervisor salary is 200,000 total. It's 200,000 total. And then they have given me an equation. For supervisor salary, they are saying Y equals who? 160,000. Aya. Umeona vizuri kweli? Mina kama ni plus 4x. Yeah, it's 4x. It's 4x. I mean, this was a very, when I do all the 5 questions, you'll be able to bear witness with me that this was a very friendly paper. Nobody should have failed. Nobody. Because like now, this one here, what is the fixed cost out of this? 60,000. 160,000 there. And the variable cost will be 40,000, isn't it? The variable cost here will be 40,000 because you see the total is 200. And if I know the fixed is 160, then I will be able to get the balance. Yeah. And if you love the other method, you can come and say variable is 4 times 10, which will end up giving you 40,000. Is that okay? All right. Great. Great. Was this question a tough question? Or in an exam, it becomes very tough? You know, this Casneb at times also has got a way of scaring students so much. And that is why I normally tell my students, they shall never be scared in an exam. Because many times, you'll even get somebody who is going to do an exam, somebody who is like my age mate. My age mates, we're looking at somebody who is 45 up there. You guys are much younger. So this guy gets into an exam room. I'm an invigilator there. So I come and put like a paper in front of this guy, management accounting. Within 5 minutes, normally they will have their calculators falling down up. So I'm normally a very humble teacher. I'll go and collect this calculator and give it to them. So on placing the calculator on the table like this, the next, and they like going to this exam room with so many pens. So all those pens again, down. Yeah. Next, say 10 minutes, and then you realize that this guy is sweating all over. Actually sweating from the wrong place. You know, you'd rather sweat anywhere inside here, but not where. Kikuyus, they call it DD, forehead here. So then I always call them outside, I cancel them. At my age, who is this who is really pressurizing you to pass? Is it a must for you to pass? Is it a must? No, at your age, I can understand, but at my age, is it a must? Is it my wife? Must they see my results? Must they see my results? So I'll always tell them, ladies and gentlemen, that for you to be able to pass these exams, you need to be very, very calm and composed. You should never fear. These are normal cards. Especially if you have been taught by the very, very best teachers. If it is hard for you, what of somebody, for example, is in Lodwa, who has never gone to anybody's class? Because in CPA, confidence is key. Like last semester, I'm so much 100% sure that there is a paper that you did and they said, this one, I'm failing. But when results came out, you passed. It's because of confidence confidence here. All the students in this case who sweat in exam rooms, however good you are, you can never pass. You can never pass. You'll always see things that are what here quite dangerous. Great. So we continue. Great. And please, at this juncture, don't say Mwalimu say that we don't have to pass. At this juncture, we are having one aim, that we must do what yapa. That concept of not passing and passing, normally we go with it in the exam room. We must be very confident. If I fail, so what? Life will continue. So we have machine repairs. So machine repairs, I don't have to write the formula here. Now we can move with speed. For machine repairs, I can see the total is 60,000. And then I can see, ladies and gentlemen, for machine repairs, are you able to see the fixed cost there? Machine repairs fixed cost is 6,000, isn't it? So then what will be the variable cost? 54,000, isn't it? Yeah, thank you very much. So after that, we have a packaging. So packaging cost. Packaging cost. So packaging cost, the total is 4,000. And the whole of it is direct. So where do I put it? Direct injection, direct variable, isn't it? Variable, yes. So 4,000 here. Nothing direct goes to fixed. Then we have the last one, which is the cleaning expenses. Cleaning expenses. So cleaning expenses, what do we have here under cleaning expenses? The total is 60,000. And then they are telling you that a third is what? A third is variable. So what is a third of 60,000? Management, our prayers, we have to pray for 5 minutes here. Very, very important. The Muslim brothers and sisters, prayer time. So shall come back at 6:48. 5 minutes, yes. All right. So what have they told us about cleaning expenses? A third variable, isn't it? So what is a third of 60,000? 20,000, isn't it? So then the other balance will be fixed, isn't it? Which is what here? Thank you so much. So have we finished analyzing every account? Yeah, so please come and add the total variable and the total fixed. Add them. Add the total variable and the total fixed. Total variable, when you add all of them, $720,000 for variable, 720,000. Yeah. And then we have fixed, which is what here? 300,000. So do you remember that this variable cost, you must divide the total by the number of units. So divide by, so in this case here, give us variable cost per unit. Give us variable cost per unit. Variable cost per unit. So give us variable cost per unit. So variable cost per unit, it will be 720,000 divided by how many units were used, were produced out of this? 10,000. So meaning this and this. So this is 70 what here? And therefore, the cost estimation equation is like this. Our Y will be equal to A. A is fixed cost, 300,000 plus B, which is 72 what here? X like that. Unfortunately, again, you'll get some students who are overexcited. After they get these right answers, they forget to reread the question. Management accounting, you must read the question more than once. So like now here, topics to be covered here. So Lilian Shungula, we are going to do all the topics, from topic number 1 to the very last topic with you. Yeah. And then of course, we shall be having revision sessions. So please pay and ensure that you join class in good time. And for all those great inquiries, for all those great inquiries, this is our phone number, 555-000. Yeah, you may not be able to get, in this case here, all answers here. Just call this number, 0793-555-000. 0. All right. So then go ahead and read the other question. Go ahead and read the other question. Now they want you to do what here to estimate? They want you to estimate the cost of producing how many? 90,000. So now they want, in part B of this question, they want you to predict the total cost of producing 99,000. What is the total cost? So fortunately, our Y is 300,000 plus 72x. So then our Y will be 300,000 plus 72 times 99,000, which then will end up giving us, an ugly figure, right? So ugly figures, you write them. I'm not writing ugly figures. Write them. Write them. The online students, have they been able to get an answer there? Online students, have they been able to get an answer? Boy, please, online students, please go there and say 300,000 plus 72 times 99,000 before I answer Millicent, but Millicent, I would want you to call that number. It's not that ugly. It's 101, 2800, isn't it? Yeah, not that ugly. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, that was really a straightforward question. The semester, if they bring account analysis method, it's going to be complicated. And this is how they complicate your life. Let me show you another question, which can make your life on earth very, very bad. Let me show you another question that can make your life on earth very bad. Yeah, so still on this very, very paper, I would want us to, oh, where is that question really? Where is that question? Yeah, it is up there. It's April 2024, question number 1B. It is April 2024, question number 1B. April 2024, question number 1B. April 2024, question number 1, boy. April 2024, question number 1, boy. Can I leave this question for you? Try it as a homework and then we do it next time? Or do you want us to do it now? Homework, we do it? Because of this gentleman, the boy child must be respected. How about the girl child? Also must be respected. But have you gotten the question itself, April 2024, question 1B? Yeah, great, 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 great. So we are told here, OJ Limited manufactures and sells mobile phones. The company's budgeted statement of profit or loss for the month of May 2024 is as follows. You can see we sold 1,200 units. Yeah, the sales figure has been given there, isn't it? Cost of sales, we produced 1,800. So if we produced 1,800 and we were able to sell 1,200, what was the closing stock? If we produce 18 and we sell 12, we are left with 600, yeah. So you can see closing is given there very beautifully. Additional information. We shall overcome. This one will not be there from next week. Yeah, we are doing something. Yeah, over the weekend. So additional information. The budget was prepared using absorption costing principle, just to scare you. You know, Kasneb likes scaring students out of their beautiful skins. If the budgeted production in May 2024 had been 2,000 units, then the total production cost would have been 18,800,000. Required using, in this case here, what they're calling what here? High-low. These are high-low method question. These are high-low method question. Yeah, using a high-low method, calculate the variable production cost per what here, somebody? Per unit. Now, please allow me to give you, first of all, some background on a high-low method. Allow me, first of all, to do that. Do we have group discussion? Yes, 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 yes. We do it now. We do it now. Great. So first of all, allow me to, so that will be your method number 3 for the new students. High-low method. High-low method. High-low method. So high-low method is a method that is used to develop. It is a method. It is a method. It is a method that is used to develop, develop equations of the form, same equations of the form y equals a plus bx. Equations of the form y equals a plus who? Bx. Yeah, basically straight line. But unlike the other methods, this high-low method makes use of 2 points. It uses 2 points. It uses 2 points. Which points are these? Number 1, we have the highest x value point. X value point. That's number 1. And then number 2, we have the lowest x value point. Yeah, so we have the highest x value point and the lowest x value point. So once you write up to here, you're able to put your thumbs up like this. Live. Thank you so much, Joanne. So do we have some students in this case here, online students who are RCM's students? Already they have been able to pay us fees. Anybody who belongs to RCM? Oh, Judith. Oh, there are quite many, but you see now you are only 45 and your class you're looking at, if you combine both classes, we are over 300. Please always, or do they have some other class now, your colleagues? Do they have some other class that is ongoing? I doubt. Those are the students now who are joking with management accounting. They'll become active on the very last week of exams. That's why they will hate the subject. They need to be attending always classes. Exercise. So exercise, we have here x versus y. So x versus y. So x in this case here, we have 10, 8, 11, 15. Here we have 6, 9, 2, 1. Yeah. Oh, we have, okay. So we have here 10, 6, 8, 9, 11, 2, 15, 1. And then we are required to develop high-low equation. Not many students in this case here will be able to get this right because this has a tongue twister. If can't tie, a tie. Why can't I tie and untie a tie? Where are you getting this exercise? Yeah, specials during the day, yes. That's what we normally do. By the way, we normally have special classes over lunch hour online. I can be sending you the link whenever you get time. Yeah, you just join. So basically, over that lunch hour, what we normally do is to agree in advance that we're going to do this question. You attempt it, and then you simply join to see whether you did your question correctly or wrongly. Does that sound like a good plan? Yeah, great. Then I'll be inviting you only twice. Sitawazuia kula kanyama kila siku. Ni siku mbili kwa wiki. Na nikiwazuia kula kanyama, hiyo bado ni mzuri. Yeah. So in this case here, they are telling me that mwalimu, yeah, they are telling me mwalimu, the highest x value ni gani hapa? 15. Na highest hapa ni gani? Wrong. Because remember how we normally measure the highest, these points, it's a highest x value, right? So it is a highest x value. So we have here xy. So when you say this is the highest, and then we have lowest x value, not lowest y and whatever, no. So when you say lowest, like now the lowest is this 8, isn't it? Yeah. So in this case here, the highest x value point, you circle. You don't look at the other one. Yeah. So in this case here, the highest x value, it will be 15 versus 1. And then lowest, now we take 8 versus what here, somebody? Yeah, 8 versus 9, like that. 8 versus 9, like that. And then now you go and form an equation. Remember, our equation is y equals a plus who? bx. So now answer your highest point. So highest point, what have we said in the highest point? Highest point, tumesema kwamba x equals 15 and y equals 1. X equals 15 and y equals 1. Where do you get these questions? This one I got it from my head here. It's not from your past papers. Great. Then we have a lady who is saying, damn, you are good. I don't know, come on, somebody there. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Thank you so much. So in this case here, could you kindly go ahead and form an equation for me out of this? You see, we are substituting in this y equation. So y, you just told me y is 1, isn't it? Equals a plus b times 15. Because x is 15, isn't it? Yeah. Then go ahead and form the lowest. How about the lowest? Oh, yeah. How about the lowest? So the lowest, we know the lowest, x equals who? Oh, yeah. The lowest here, x equals 8 and y equals 9. So in this case here, please give me an equation. I'm substituting for this in the y equation. I'm substituting for this in the y equation. So y in this case here is 9 equals a plus bx. Bx, eh? Yeah, so b times 8. You're right. 8b, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. So then once you write like that, now you can come and just do a summary of your equations. Come here and do a summary of your equations. There are 2 of them. So summary of your equations. So summary of your equations, we have the first equation, which will be 1 equals a plus 15b. Equation number 1. Equation number 2, it is 9 equals a plus 8b. Because also if you go writing in an exam that now b times 8, if you say it's b8, then you are another one. Because numbers must take precedence, eh? Yeah, numbers must always come ahead. Numbers must always come ahead. So basically, so that we don't conflict with then I have been able to understand. Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Great. Great. Thank you so much. So then, ladies and gentlemen, what shall I be able to do here right away? I will come, my good students, and eliminate a through subtraction, isn't it? We can eliminate a through subtraction. Yeah, eliminate a through subtraction. We are doing simultaneous equations, eh? So then 1 minus 9 gives me minus 8, eh? Yeah. Equals a, and a subtracted, that disappears. 15 minus 8 gives me 7b. 7b. Therefore, b will be minus 8 divided by 7. 2 decimal places. So what do we have there? Negative 1.15. Negative 1.14. Thank you so much. Not even a single student of online has given me this answer. I repeat where we got. Oh, sorry. There is a question here I have to repeat. So I'll be able to repeat, sir. Don't worry, I'll be able to repeat. Give me just a minute. Unfortunately, I've rubbed my figures. I wish I saw that question before I rubbed my figures. But I'll be able to give you another example. Yeah. So then don't forget, what do we need to do to get A? We substitute, isn't it? So we ask ourselves, what is the value of A? What is the value of A from equation 1? From equation 1. So so this will be 1 equals A plus 15 boy. And our boy is 1.14 negative, eh? Yeah. Therefore, this will be 1 equals A. What is this times this? 17 point negative, lakini, isn't it? 0.1? 1, 2, eh? 1, 4. Thank you so much. So the online ninjas, are they able to get these figures really? Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Then we want to make A the subject of the formula. To make A the subject of the formula, of course, we expect this to cross over the equals, isn't it? So, of course, we expect this to cross over River Jordan. When you cross River Jordan, your life can never be the same. So here it was negative. On the other side, it becomes what here? When you cross River Jordan, things change. Ask Raila Amolo Odinga. Things change. Things change. Things change. So meaning that A at the end of the day will be equal to what here, somebody? Yeah. And therefore the equation. So the equation here will be y equals A plus bx, right? Yeah. So our y will be equal to A, which is 18.14, and the B is a negative, isn't it? So negative 1.14, what here? X, like that. Yeah. So there is a student who had a question. I always endeavor to answer all questions that I'm asked. I've never gotten any question from a physical student. I don't know why. Does it mean that this semester I've gotten geniuses in this class? Because online guys are asking so many questions, then you guys must be geniuses. So for this student to be able to see what Mwalimu has done, let's in this case here look at a small illustration here. So could you kindly identify the highest X value point? Highest X value point here. This exercise 2. The time when this examiner brought this kind of a question, he was able to throw over 50% of the students under the bus. 50%. Bus is and Kasneb going to pass. Then you're thrown outside. You fail. You fall down. Yeah. So in this case here, the highest, there are 2 of them, isn't it? So then now here I have to look at the Y. So the very high, do I take 11 with 7 or 11 with 16 as the highest? 11, 16, yes. So then the student was asking, so like now here highest, I know X equals 11, and then Y equals what here, somebody? 16. All right. How about the lowest? I hope this student is able to see this. So lowest, so I take 10 with 8 because there are 2 of them again. 10, 8, 10, 9. Yeah. But if you go to an exam and then you realize you have gotten confused. Yeah. You don't know which one to pick as the very highest. What will you do? Cry? Is it part of your assignment in an exam? Or walk out of the exam in your very first 30 minutes? No. What I will do, I'll tell the examiner that if this is the highest point, so I finished to the end, and then I come and take the other one, I tell the examiner, alternatively, yeah, you see at the end of the day, you are doing 2 solutions, and we are always trained to mark the correct one. We're always trained to mark the correct one, and then you pass. When you pass outside, you will be telling people how you knew MA. It's the tricks that you knew, isn't it? And to us, that really is very, very important. It's very, very important. So lowest, so you told me 10 with 8, 10 with 9. Because you want the very lowest, then we shall work with 10 with 8. And if that is the case, X equals what here, somebody? 10. And Y equals what here, somebody? So I don't know whether that ninja have been able to answer your question. That ninja, have I been able to answer your question, or I've done nothing? So remember that our Y, this is a general, Y equals A plus BX. So now you use, in this case here, the highest. So highest, we have this, fix it there, fix things there. So in this case here, Y is 16 equals A plus B times X, which is 11. So B 11, so that is 11, B, equation number 1. And then equation number 2 from the lowest, Y now is 8, which will be equal to A plus BX, and X is 10. So in this case here, we have 10, boy, equation number 2. So you subtract 16 minus 8, that gives me 8. This disappears. This gives me 1B, which is the same as B. Therefore, B is 8. B is 8. And once I've been able to get the value of B, I'll be able to get the value of A. So then what will be the value of A here? So A from equation 1. So from equation 1, A, it will be 16 equals A plus 11, boy, like that. Yeah. So this is 16 equals A plus 88. So then A will be, this 88 has to cross over, right? Yeah, so I believe now from there, you are already in Canaan. You have crossed the river. So now I believe I can go to the past paper question. Is that okay? All right. So this past paper question that I was trying to do, yeah. So it is here. So this is the question. April 2024, question number 1, boy. Are we there? April 2024, question number 1, boy. Sorry, yeah. I hope you guys can now finish the end from here, eh? All right. Thank you very much. All right. So then with your permission, I will now be able to do this April 2024, question number 1B. You see, they have given me so many things, so many stuff there. OJ Limited manufactures and sells mobile phones. The company budgeted statement of profit or loss for the month of May 2024 is as follows. So they have given me sales, 1,200 units, 21.6 million. Cost of sales given there. Now, if you go down there, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be able to see under additional information, the budget was prepared using absorption costing principle. That's irrelevant. They're giving you noise. They're giving information to confuse you, to just ensure that you fail. I mean, these are sadists of examiners. They will not go to heaven, right? If the budgeted production in May 2024 had been 2,000 units, then the total production cost would have been 18,800. So using the high-low method, calculate the variable production cost and, of course, the fixed cost. Now, my good students, if you got that kind of a question and exam using a high-low method, what would have you done? Can you kindly give me an idea of what you would have done? You see, these examiners are very bright. They know that students all through are used to situations of being given XY, like that. Now the examiners brought this in another version. So that is now those kind of questions you read in an exam, and then you wonder whether you are doing management accounting or geography. Which subject is this? Which subject is this now? Is there a student who thinks that this question, they will easily get it right? Can I leave this question for them to try as homework? They're not talking to me. Or we do it here. We do it here. Ladies and gentlemen, remember they are talking about production cost. They have told us there that when quantity is 2,000, production cost equals what? William alone. 18,800, isn't it? Then go to the cost statement given there and pick production cost, which is given from the statement. Thank you, Muiti, Maureen. Yeah, Irene and Lucy, they're saying, well, we would do it here. So if you look at this question, there is a place they're telling you production, cost of sales. Are you able to see production? How many units? What is the production cost there? 18 million. Because production cost is related to the number of units that you produced in the period. That was the trick there. So when production is 1,800, when quantity is 1,800, production cost equals 18 million. So basically, the higher quantity is 2,000. So this is the high, and this is the low. Kwisha maneno. A lot of information being given to me with lots of nothing really, to just confuse me. Otherwise, the whole thing was there. Now from here, are you able to tackle the question now? Yeah, remember quantity is X, the cost is Y, right? Yeah. So remember this is X and this is Y. Yeah. So in short, we are saying that the high, yeah, X equals 2,000 and Y equals 18.8 million. And then the low, X equals 1,800 and then the Y equals 18 million. So from the two equations, Remember, our general equation is y equals a plus who? Y equals a plus bx, isn't it? So I would want to see how students are forming their equations like that. Let's see how these students are forming. Will you be able to do that? Yeah, very easy. No, before you pick your calculator, just form the two equations. Write them down. So like now here, we can see from this one here, y is 18, 800,000, isn't it? Equals a plus bx. So b times 2,000. 2,000 b, equation number one. Yeah, so that is equation number one. How about equation number two? Equation number two. So equation number two, ladies and gentlemen, equation number two, what do we have here? Oh yeah, it is 18 million, isn't it? 18 million is y equals a plus bx. X is 1800. So plus b, 1800b, like that. So from there now we can eliminate a. Is that okay? We can eliminate a. From there we can eliminate a. So eliminate a. What do we have here? Abracadabra. We are subtracting. So this gives us 800,000. This disappears. This gives us what here, somebody? 200b, isn't it? Yeah. Therefore, thank you so much. Therefore, B will be 800,000 divided by what here? 200. So 800,000 divided by 200 gives us how many? How much? 4,000. The online ninjas, are they able to see that 4,000? Thank you so much. Then go ahead and give us the value of 1. So A, what is A from equation 1? So value of A from equation 1, we have 18,800,000 equals A plus 2,000 times boy, which is 4,000. So this is 18,800,000 equals A plus 8 million. So this has to cross over, isn't it? So therefore, A will be 18,800,000 minus 8 million, like that. Which will end up giving us what figure? 10 million, right? So A is 10 million. 800,000. Thank you so much. So like now here, they never wanted us to write the equation. Let's read the question again. If you read the question again, they wanted us to give them the variable cost is how much? 4,000 per unit, isn't it? Yeah. And then number 2, total fixed production cost, isn't it? Which is how much? 10,000? Yeah, 1,800,000. And then of course there is this bad thing that I normally see students doing. Like when they go to part B of this question, then the examiner asks them to mention, in this case here, the fixed cost. What the students will always tell the examiner is refer above. Refer where? I will also tell you go back to class and pass that paper very well. You must always write. When they ask you fixed cost, even if you had written it above there, again, you write it down there. Is that okay? Is that okay? Yeah, great. Great. Yeah. 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 Where in this case here, for example, you can come, this lady is very bright. She has known that this B is gradient, right? B is gradient. And she must have finished her high school last year. She remembers very well that gradient is changing Y over changing what year? In X. So yeah, that will give you perfectly the same answer. Yeah, that works. But I always prefer structure, I prefer order. So I prefer in this case equations approach. By career, by profession, who am I? I'm a civil engineer. Yeah, like now you guys, when you will be doing your big, not homes, but business buildings like high rise, you'll need somebody in this case here to work on your structures. So you'll be able to come to me. I only became an accountant by mistake. Because as I was doing civil engineering, I was doing CPA by the side. So the engineers love order. Same. Like that. All right. All right. So is that okay, ladies and gentlemen? I can see Ray laughing there. Is that okay? Is that okay? Are we okay now? Are we okay? Are we okay? Can we go to another model? The next model is known as industrial engineering technique. Industrial engineering technique. And that handout has this concept of industrial engineering technique. This handout has the concept of industrial engineering technique. Yeah, there is a page there. Yeah, so that is page number, can't even see the page number, but it's there. The last page. The last page. It's called industrial engineering method. The last on the very last page. And I will be able to read very, very fast. I'll be able to read very, very fast. So under industrial engineering, from the word engineer. Yeah. So in this case here, we have to break down. Yeah. When it's industrial engineering method, perhaps in this case, you've been able to know that you want, in this case here, to do what here, to come up with a vehicle, like a Toyota. So you experts. So these experts will be able to dress down this vehicle. Yeah, they'll be able to say, in this vehicle, we need raw materials worth this much. We need, in this case here, labor worth this much. So in this case here, whenever we talk of industrial engineering method, it's a scientific method of cost estimation. That's why you need that expert. It's a scientific method of cost estimation based on detailed analysis. They're writing. I don't know why they're writing, but it's also good to write. Yeah. So it's a scientific method of cost estimation, based on detailed analysis of production processes. A scientific method of cost estimation based on detailed analysis of production processes, time and motion studies. A lot of studies have to be undertaken. Yeah, the time we will take and motion studies. Key features. It involves breakdown tasks into components. You must break down. Yeah, the whole project. You break down a project, like, for example, you wanted to do a house today, you need, in this case here, to excavate your trenches for foundation, lay the foundation, do whatever. In this case here, we have the slab, and then you start doing what we call the superstructure. So you must give us all those activities. So if it's industrial engineering, you're engineering things, you're breaking down all the tasks into the individual components. Use time and motion studies to estimate labor hours. Consider standard rates for materials, labor, and overheads. Highly accurate, but time consuming and what expensive, because you need experts. You need experts. Ladies and gentlemen, if you go down there, advantages, this industrial engineering technique, like the one that is being used by quantity surveyors. You see, when you want to do a very good, you need a QS, a professional called a QS, who is a quantity surveyor who will be able to do what we call bills of quantities for you. So these bills of quantities for you will be telling you, for example, if it is machine cut stones, how many of them do you need and how much are they worth? So you'll be able to come up with that cost estimate. This is an expert. He's going to give you like most of the buildings that we have done, even in this Nairobi, ladies and gentlemen, they are QSs we know. These guys will be having perfect estimates. If they miss the cost, they can miss this cost by, say, like 5% only. Yeah, they are known. Even some banks will tell you, if you want to borrow the exact amount for purpose of your construction, go to this QS and this QS. So precision, accuracy, because in this case here, you are coming to the nitty-gritties. They'll tell you even, for example, that you need an excavator. This excavator should be of this they go to granular, very little tiny details. So in this case, the first advantage is that you're going to get very accurate estimates, which are really very good for production purposes and setting of selling prices. So useful for new products with no past or cost data. Yeah, helps in setting standards for what you're somebody for efficiency. Limitations requires skilled engineers and specialists. It's very expensive and time consuming, not practical for routine cost estimations in all businesses. We have August 2022, question number 4A, they brought that. They told us to explain the term industrial engineering technique as used in cost estimations. And then we highlight 3 advantages of the industrial engineering technique. The concept of what, ladies and gentlemen? Accuracy in terms of cost estimates. Yeah, we will be having this perhaps as the only possible method of estimating costs for very new products. All right. Yeah, and then we have the concept of standard setting. The first product that you produce will be the standard for estimating the future costs of other products like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our session today. We don't have to go up to 8 p.m. The most important thing is to study what I give you. Yeah, and I'm very fast in my syllabus coverage. So long as you don't let me down, I will be able to push this thing like crazily. So then when is our next class? Tomorrow at exactly 6 p.m. I don't come or go to any class late. You'll never get me coming late to my classes. All of my classes are normally starting on time. Yeah, I'll be able to share this handout in the WhatsApp group. Yeah, so this being a great class of mine for my Facebook, we can have a selfie. Is that okay? Yeah. You'll be proud when I'll become your president. You will say, I was taught by this man. Where's Smile? It cannot catch everybody. Who is good at taking these selfies? It cannot catch everybody. Yeah, great. But it cannot catch everybody. Let me bring an expert to take us. Great. I'll share the handout. Now, you see now, these are the great things that you guys who are online miss. You need to come to Commonwealth House here. We study together as well. Otherwise, as I get a camera person to take us a great photo, bye and good night. Say hi to your family members. Wonderful.